Hi everyone, I am Christine Mapandera-Talley and today is Monday, April the 14th. I am very happy today because it is day one of the Zimbabwe Arise Roundtable event. I also wanted to introduce to you the topic of discussion throughout this week, which is sustainable youth development. The key word there being sustainable, because we know that anyone can start a program or an initiative to help women, orphans, or the disabled. However, the ultimate test comes when we look at the sustainability of the program. Is it going to last 1 year, 3 years, or a lifetime? But most importantly, is it going to really impact the individual, the affected individual, in a positive way? Is it going to transform their life, transform their future, and in turn transform their family, their community, and their nation? In this case, transform Zimbabwe. So I felt that it would make sense if we just zeroed in on this particular topic, because there are so many things that we can discuss and we just simply don't have the time to tackle everything in one shot. So we're just gonna move, add on other discussions as we have future events. So just for me to add some remarks to kind of kickstart this week, I just, as I think about youth development, what is it that our young Zimbabweans, whether they're abroad or in Zimbabwe, what is it that they need, that we need to share with them, that we need to give them? What information are they lacking? What kind of, support are they lacking? One thing that comes to mind is the fact that there's just not enough of a push to have enough people, or I should say a number of people, learn Russian, learn German, or Mandarin Chinese, because being multilingual as we know it in this day and age is a very big deal. It allows us to cross language barriers, to be able to immerse ourselves in a new culture, in a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things. And when so many of us, even if we had 5% of our nation really exposed to these multiple languages, someone's learning Spanish, some people are learning French, some people are learning German, and they are able to be in the same room at the same conference with people from all these different backgrounds, and over time you are able to absorb a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things. And when you bring that back to Zimbabwe and infuse that into our way of doing things, before you know it, we're doing things smarter, faster, easier. It's the possibilities are endless. So I'm just saying, let's think about how that can help someone who's studying medicine, someone who's studying to be a teacher, someone who's studying to be a farmer. Farming is probably done quite differently when you were to be in German or to go to a conference that is being hosted by a person of German background. And, I don't know. Share your thoughts. And another thing I want to also bring up is things like, our 14-year-olds, are they sitting there and thinking, I want to practice law at the highest level. I want to practice corporate law and be one of those people on that team of 10 people representing Zimbabwe on an international level in the midst of an international crisis. It's just, don't know how much information is being put out there. How much are we putting out there for our younger Zimbabweans that need to understand that we need to compete at a global level. We need to emerge as a country that's viable. We need to bring Zimbabwe back to the glorious days. How did China do it? 50 years ago, China was working hard at building that country, working hard. And now, countries like the United States depend heavily on China. They need China tremendously. And so, how did countries like Germany emerge from being at the bottom of the food chain to being a superpower? How did they do it? So, let's just think about that for a second. Let's think about what it is that we can share. And I know someone is looking at me and going, well, Christine, we don't have the policies and measures that allow things like that to happen. Well, you're probably right. But those things are going to change. Sooner or later, that's going to change. And when that change comes, we need to be ready. And so that means the time is now for us to take a step back, think about what it is that we've acquired in all the different parts of the world that we are now in. The people that are in different professions in Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, United States, France, wherever you are, you have learned a different way of doing things and thinking and a different approach to life. And how can we just put all that into one big pot and bring that home? Somehow bring that home. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this starts multiple discussions. I would love to hear what you have to say. If you don't feel like posting anything on Facebook, whether it's via video or just via text, please just inbox privately. I would love to still hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I will be in touch during the week. Have a good night.